We live, we live. All right, we think we live, man. I had to do this last minute, just a little last minute prediction. 1-2, 1-2. Okay, we're here, man. So tonight, man, one of the fights that I was very much looking forward to, as it concerns when we talk about the lightweight, well, not even a lightweight, but super. No, I'm sorry, super featherweight, junior lightweight. We got Jamel Herring defending his WBO title against Shakur Stevenson. Now, listen, for a lot of us that, know these two fighters, know their camps, it's obvious they both, again, they're not trained by the same guy, but they both work in the same camps, so to speak. And truth be told, a lot of people involved from both sides didn't seem like super eager. It seemed as if both parties wanted to fight Oscar Valdez for obvious reasons, right? But that's not gonna happen, and we're getting tonight's fight, which look, I'm very intrigued about, because I think a lot of the sentiments from a lot of this is a hardcore fans fight. I mean, it's on ESPN, but truth be told, it's really the hardcore fans are going to be watching this fight. And it's weird because it's one of the rare instances where you have a 35-year-old and I forgot how old Shakur is, like 24 or something, where at polar opposites, sides of the spectrum in age, it's both guys' biggest fight of their careers if you really look at it. Now I'll say for Jamel, he's had a big victory, coming off that Carl Frampton win. However you rate Carl Frampton at that point, in the way that he disposed of him, I think you have to give him you gotta give him merit. There is merit to that. And I think with Shakur, he's technically already a one division world champion, but it's, again, man, like, it's really all who you beat, not so much of the titles that you rack up. There's got to be substance behind those titles, which again is why this fight for both guys, I feel, is their biggest fight. And conventional wisdom should go with the youth. In Shakur, former silver medalist in the Olympics, should have been gold. And coming off his last fight, though, and Jamel brought this up, he did get rocked, okay? And it looked as if Shakur was doing everything possible, and again, most fighters do, but he was looking at every which way possible not to get hit, and he didn't seem to like it. And Jamel brought that up in the lead up to the fight, which I found interesting, because I brought that up to the crew. Not that I felt that was like a super detrimental thing to Shakur, but I'm thinking going forward against like big punchers, like how he's gonna react. I have even more of a criticism to Devin Haney when that happened to him against Linares and how he reacted. Though some people may agree with me, I have my opinions about it. But Shakur's temperament in that instance, what I will say is he got behind the jab again, and he just boxed. And he even admitted, he's like, look, man, like, I got rocked. I need to work on some things. Which, again, going into this fight with Jamel Herring's not noted as like the biggest puncher in the division, but he's a skilled guy. He is 35 years old, okay? He's kind of like a late bloomer, if you will. Is it concerns like where he's at in his career in relation to like where he was. He only has 2 losses. He suffered a knockout loss, I think, like in 2017. Towards like the literal end of that fight. I forgot who he fought, but I remember watching it, and he got knocked out like at the end of the fight. This is, listen, I know, like, I understand Shakur is the favorite, and in me saying that, like, I'm picking him to win, but I don't think this is going to be an easy fight. I think Jamel is going to make Shakur work. And listen, Jamel, both of them really have had the opportunity to work alongside Terrence Crawford, which is, again, iron sharpening iron. And I think with Jamel too, working with Bomac, he's got a good corner. And with Shakur, it's again kind of the same thing, man. Like, I think this is a fight that for Shakur, it's really gonna show us, I guess, the trajectory going. Like, if he could look good against Jamel Herring, who is gonna be tough against anybody, I think it's going to really speak volumes again going forward when we see him against a potential Oscar Valdez, him going up to 135, which is flooded with talent right now. And then, like, and in a fight that I think it's more of the pundits calling for it and wanting to see it, I doubt we ever get it, is a Shakur and Chris Colbert fight. I would love that fight, but it's one of those fights that we all just know, understanding how the business runs. I'm very, that fight very likely never happens unless both guys become like uber superstars, and it just happens off of proxy. But I don't know. But as far as like a prediction, man, I'm gonna say Shakur wins a closer fight than I think some people are probably expecting. Jamel Herring's gonna come to fight, man. He is 35 years old. You got to go with the youth here. And listen, Shakur is one of my favorite young fighters coming up. Chris Colbert, Shakur, Boots, these guys, and Gary Antoine Russell. Like, those crop of guys I will make plans to watch fight. And I think Shakur will show up tonight. But like I mentioned before, I've seen him hurt, rocked a little. But I want to see his temperament if that happens again. And let's also consider, while these guys they're being, they're showing their bravado and everything, like, they know each other, man. So I'm wondering if they're really gonna go all out. I would think, man, it's such a crazy sport, where, not to say that these dudes are friends, but again, you don't gotta be friends. You could be like cohorts or whatever, and there still might be a little bit of apprehension as when it comes down time to, like, having to hurt that person. It is the hurt business. And when you hear that term, I mean, it is what it is. So I got Shakur Stevenson winning a unanimous decision in a good tactical fight that I think Shakur may just come out of his shell a bit and show us that he's going to be ready for these guys in these years to come, man. So I got Shakur winning a unanimous decision. Solid fight tonight, ESPN, I believe. Not the Plus. I hope I'm wrong in saying that, but I believe it's ESPN. But that's pretty much it. Last minute. I want to get this out before the fight airs tonight. So in any case, let me know who you got winning this fight. I'm out.